Hi, your host Sarah Mack here, and we're going to be talking about money a lot more on the podcast. So stay tuned if you are into making a lot more money and having a lot more fun doing it and learning about all of the things that is required of you in order to make that happen for yourself in the ways that are fun for you. So today the conversation I'll be having is a really good one about desire and trust. So I'd like to invite you to tune in for a second. Do you desire to be making more money? Like, be honest and actually connect to that feeling. Connect to the feeling that tells you more money would be really awesome. What else do you desire? What else do you have that feeling around? Do you desire to spend time with your lover? How does it feel when you feel into that? Do you desire to eat pizza? How does it feel when you think about eating something that you would like to eat? And just feel into your body and feel the different types of sensation connecting to desire for different types of things. Because I think sometimes we can get caught up in confusion over desire and what's true and aligned versus what's a craving, or even what we think is a should that's going to get us to really the feeling that we genuinely desire to be experiencing. And the nuance and, our skill with assessing what's a genuine and aligned desire and what isn't, this is really a question of self-trust. So this is my interpretation of true desires. They're the ones that for me, they never go away. Like, no matter the time that passes, no matter what action I take in the meantime, the desire is still there. I'm still attempting to move in that direction. And if I'm not even doing that, then at the very least, I'm thinking about it very often. It's a thought that continually pops up for me. When I take that space to reflect and to really tune in and to really ask myself what it is that I want. And when I'm thinking about it, I'm feeling excited about it. Like, it's kind of the feeling of dreaming. Though very often we can get caught up in our heads and, caught up in focusing on thoughts of doubt. So the questioning, the not trusting of our ability to create what it is that we desire, or feeling shame around previous failed attempts to create that desire. So today I want to share with you my theory of desire that I know is going to help you to make more money. And my perspective is this: if our desires are just a part of us, like they're a part of our body, they're a part of our soul, they're a part of our mind, they're a part of who we are, and so they are a natural part of our environment, of our ecosystem within the human world. And so if they are a natural part of our ecosystem, they're there for a reason and they're actually needed. So if you think about it, if nobody followed through on their desires, what would our world look like? If not one single musician followed through on their desire to make music, we would have quite a boring and stagnant human existence. If not one doctor pursued medicine, we would have a life expectancy of like 20 years. If not one environmentalist pursued their passion in their work, we would have even less wildlife than we do now. If engineer and construction workers never said yes to their desires, we wouldn't have roads or bridges or buildings to live in, and then everybody else would be without suitable working conditions to do their work. And so much of the beauty and connection and thriving we now get to enjoy in our world simply wouldn't be there. So believe, just like the bees are needed for the flowers to pollinate and reproduce, just as the rain is needed for the streams and rivers to flow, every movement, change, and contribution within our universe is needed to support our expansion and evolution and continued growth and the circle of life. And this is really important. Everybody's desires are different, right? Some people want to live up a mountain. Some people want to live in a desert. Some people want to go fishing, and some people want to sing and dance. And all of it is available and serves different people in different ways. Some people want to have online businesses and make lots and lots of money, and some people just do not. Some people care about making lots and lots of money, and some people genuinely don't. So just be honest with yourself about your desires. There's no wrong or right desire. There's only what's true for you. Do you think about making lots of money? Is that an exciting idea for you? Is it your desire? If it is, then acknowledge it. Be grateful for it. Know that it's important and that it's leading you somewhere important and good and necessary and needed and super, super fun. So here's what else I know to be true. Your desires are actually inevitable. And when you take action on your desires, they work. In fact, when you commit to taking the leap and seeing them through, they work out often more easily than anything else you may have ever tried. Because I believe that our desires are destined for us. So there's a reason why the ecosystem wants you to be making lots of money. And maybe you can't see exactly why that is. Like, maybe the bee doesn't quite understand his role in the reproductive cycle of flowers, but he is so important and needed and creates so much beauty when he follows his desire to smother himself in pollen and ride the breeze to all kinds of different flowers. So when I raised my rates to $10,000 and above for my coaching packages, and selling and delivering them actually became easier than any other kind of work I had ever done because it was an aligned desire. And it opened me up to so much more health, wealth, time freedom, and creative freedom that, of course, made me a more impactful human within my environment. I became less dependent on others and became able to contribute so much more to so many more people. Before we get back to the episode, I have something exciting to tell you about. There were a couple of key things that changed everything in my life as an entrepreneur that allowed me to bring in 6 figures while working half as many hours and having more fun than ever before in my business. It was money mindset work around how I was doing business, combined with getting good at sharing strategic sales content online. I know you know that this is your year to start hitting your 10K month income goal and living the life of creative freedom and fulfillment you have been dreaming about. You're ready to be consistently attracting total dream soulmate clients through the creative content you're sharing on social media, and you want to be reaching more people, charging higher rates, and working much less. So I'm very excited to invite you to join me in Freedom Club, my mastermind, where you'll receive tailored high-level support to master the skills that will create your dream life and 6-figure dream business starting now. With focused weekly trainings and coaching calls to find the clarity on your content that's going to make you the most money, to design a simple, fun launch strategy you'll enjoy following through on, plus daily support and feedback from me in the Voxer chat, you'll find that sweet spot in your business where you're the most confident in your work, having the most fun, and making the most money. Go to withsarahmac.com/freedom club to apply now. Now let's get back to the episode. So the message here is to trust your desires enough to go for it, to prove it to yourself that they get to work out and be magical and amazing when they do. So I have an experiment to share with you to connect more deeply to your desires and to strengthen your self-trust. And there's a reason that these ways of being, listening to our desire and trusting ourselves, are weak for us, is because we've literally been conditioned to not trust, to outsource our power, to quiet our inner voice, because it serves the people with the power if we never reclaim ours. So recognize that this is not personal and it's radically important work if we want to live in a world that we enjoy and that's hospitable to us, where there's equal power among everybody. It really bears the fruits of freedom and fulfillment when we get good at these things. So here it is. Right now, take a couple deep breaths, tune in right now to what you desire, and just go with the first thing that comes to mind. What do you desire? Maybe immediately it's like a glass of water, or a deep breath, or a stretch, maybe a break, or some food, or to sing a song or use your voice or express yourself, to have a dance break, maybe to reach out to someone that's on your mind. So now I invite you to give it to yourself, or as soon as possible as you can today, and notice how it feels when you listen to your desire and then act on it. What changes? What feels better? And what actually gets better? Like, what goes differently when you are a yes for your desires? Start practicing this on a micro level throughout the rest of your day-to-day, and then start to apply this muscle to bigger and bigger things in your business, in your money. And remember that this is an evidence-based practice that you get to build trust with. So start small and really notice when it works well. Notice when it feels good, because that builds that trust loop that tells you when you follow through on your desire, it works out really well for you, and that gives you the confidence to take bigger and bigger leaps further and further outside of your comfort zone. So I remember the first time I really felt the power of being a big yes to big desires was when I booked a one-way ticket to Canada, and really a life beyond my wildest dreams was born. I was working in film in Vancouver, and that's when I really saw that when you have a desire and you go all in and you leap, the universe can catch you in magical ways, and it can be so much more fun and enjoyable than you literally ever could have planned for, you've even expected yourself. And I've been using this muscle steadily since then, and it has really built my courage to take bigger and bigger leaps. And does it always work out first time? No, but I keep leaping and it works out eventually. So feel your desires, trust your desires, take leaps in the direction of your desires, and notice when it works out. This is alignment and self-trust. It's a muscle, it's a practice, and it's a choice. So please send me a message on Instagram or Facebook. Let me know how this experiment goes for you today. And I want to remind you that you can find links to all of my socials and a ton of free resources to build your dream life and six-figure business over at withsarahmac.com. So thank you so much for listening. I'm sending you so much love, and I'll see you next week.
For more inspirational content, head over to my website withsarahmac.com, and please support the show by liking, commenting, and subscribing.